Okay, today we're going to be talking about closing the sale, overcoming objections, and selling add-ons. The big three problems that salespeople have. Now, most people, as you know, in sales training, they learn the steps of selling, like see, smile, and say hello, and all this sort of thing, asking open questions, etc. But when it comes to the bit that makes you money, that's the hardest bit to deal with, and that's the bit that is involving overcoming objections, closing the sale, and selling add-ons. Now, my name's Brian Young. I'm the CEO of Retail Rescue, and our point of difference is that we give answers on a silver platter, and we tell you exactly how to run your business in a way that will make you money, rather than just suggest ideas. If you try this, if you try that. Now, make sure it's tailored to your needs, so you specifically get the results your business needs. I've been in retail for 30 years. I started out on the sales floor at Myer. I was at Myers for 11 years. And while I was there, I was turning over $1 million a year in a suburban department store, when the nearest competitor in a city store was turning over $750,000. I was the #1 salesperson in the state of South Australia for 11 years running. Not only that, I had the highest number of customer commendations in the history of Myer. People writing in about me, bringing up about me, saying good things. So not only was I good at selling, I was good at building relationships with people. I say that because this is all about selling. Since then, I've been a sales manager, area manager, regional manager, international, what do you call it, franchise manager, and of course now a management mentor. Ordinarily I go on a whole bio about myself, but we don't have time, we're limited to 20 minutes. She's saying thank goodness.
I saw you last year.
There you go, they need to know it this time. Alright, so I do write regularly for Jeweller magazine, and I am often asked to present at venues around the globe, usually packed. Alright, I'm going straight into some content. Now, that's what I do. I give you the content straight up. I don't just waffle around and try and sell you stuff. So we're going to talk straight away about the hardest things that are involved, and that's with closing sales. Now, before you can even close a sale, you need to make sure that you're on the right money. And that's when all the open questions part of it comes in. This is part of your basic sales training, is that you ask open questions. How, when, what, where, and why. So you basically want to know what they're doing in your shop and what type of thing they're looking for, and then present them things that meet those needs. The big problem comes in when you actually want to then try and get them to put that item on the counter. When I was early in my 8 years of selling, I had a real problem with closing the sale. To be honest with you, I was trained and I was told, don't be an order taker, be an order maker, sorry. Ask for the order. They kept saying this to me all the time. Ask for the order, and that was the catch cry. And I had a real problem with that. You know, I was not forward enough to actually say, do you want it? And then one day, I had a guy come in the shop, and he was looking at his CB radio, and he said, that looks pretty good. And as I'm talking away to him, he says, yeah, that meets my needs. And I kept talking. He says, yeah, I don't mind that colour. And then he said, yeah, the price is fine. And I thought, I'm onto it. I've got a sale here. This is all good. And then he says, thanks very much. I'll have a look around. He started to walk away. And I'm thinking, hang on a second. I had a sale here. I could feel it. I know I've got a sale here. Because he told me, did everything you wanted. Now I can hear this little voice, ask for the order. I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to do it. If I can't do it now, I can never do it. So I said, well, hang on, you're happy with it? It looks all right? Yeah, it does what you want? Yeah, you don't mind the colour? Yeah, the price is fine? Yeah. So why don't you take it? And he looked at me and he said, yeah, right. I thought, what on earth's been holding me back? And when I thought about it, I realised what it was that was holding him back is that I needed the confidence myself that I was on the right money, that I did have a sale in the bag, before I could actually say, do you want it? So from then onwards, every time I was talking to somebody and I was asking open questions and I would repeat the question, the answer back to them. So that feature does what you want? Yes, it does. You're happy with that? Yep. You don't mind the colour? Yep, fine. And I'd nod. Because guess what? When you nod, the world nods with you. You okay with that? She nodded. And what happens is their mind gets into their positive mindset. They're agreeing with you. They know now that you're not just trying to sell them something. You are trying to meet their needs. You are on the right money, and that you are trying to give them something they want. And while I'm doing it, I'm building up my own confidence that I'm on the right track. So I can then say, so, do you want one? Sounds easy. So the more you test the water, the more you'll know whether you're on the right track or not. And the other advantage about testing the water is that any objections will come out along the way. Rather than wondering what these objections were when they walk away, they're going to come out along the way. Is that the right colour? Well, not quite. Okay, are you happy with the product? Well, no. So you've at least got something to deal with straight up. Then, of course, there's an even easier way to get us up. Now, I even had trouble even after trial closing sometimes to get that. There's this tiny little bit of trepidation sitting in you that says, do you want one? Right, so you got this little, and I didn't like that feeling, so I wanted to get rid of that feeling. So once I did one step even further, I just assumed the sale. See this thing, where's it gone? It's on my back one. This thing here. We generally have, all of us have a thing called wallet opening reluctance. Okay, it's built into our DNA. The moment we open this, it's going to cost us money. Alright. So we tend to have a little bit of resistance to that. And when somebody just says, okay, what colour did you want? How many did you want? When would you like me to organise delivery for you? You suddenly feel, oh, thank goodness. They've taken away the need for me to decide to open this thing. There goes my trepidation about opening this. I can just go ahead and do the deal. So I would do that. I would just simply go, you happy with that? Yeah. You want that? You like that colour? Yep. All right. Now, what else do you want? Sold. Okay. The huge advantage that I got by doing that was that most people go, phew, and just do the deal. But those that were harbouring some kind of objection and not letting it out along the way with my testing the water, well, now are forced to bring it out into the open. I used to literally lose sleep about losing sales. I was that passionate, right? I would be working on a $2,000 TV set, trying to sell them something. They would go walk away, and that night I'd be going, what did I do wrong? But now, when I go, all right, when would you like me to deliver that? They now have to tell me why. They now have to bring out that objection. Because if they're not going to bring out that objection, they're going to be paying me some money. So, then when the objection arrives, what do you do with it? Okay? Generally, the easiest way to deal with an objection is to revisit what you've been discussing along the way. Alright? You basically have determined along the way, if you're happy with this, does it do what you want? So, no, I look, it's too expensive. I want to talk to my partner. I want, the colour's wrong. Whatever is the reason that's come out again, you can now bring it back to what you were talking about earlier throughout the conversation. Well, I do have something cheaper that will do pretty much what you want. It's got this, this and this, and here are the features and benefits, some of the sales training that we've learned, of this product. However, it won't do this thing that you said you needed. Remember, you said you needed that. Notice how I didn't offer it a discount, this item. I offered them an alternative. And then suddenly I've given the perceived value back into the sale. This is worth every penny of what this whole sale for. If I drop it down, it's not worth every penny, it's only worth this much. This is worth this much. If you want that, there it is. What do you think? If you have an objection that you just cannot overcome, I want to get my partner. You know that one, I want to get my partner involved. It's actually just an out. They're just trying to get out of the store. But we all know that. I even tried to tackle that. You know, the things like, well, how about you surprise your partner? And if they don't like it, bring it back. We'll exchange for something they do like. It could work sometimes. But generally, there's an opportunity there to build in some urgency. My most favourite words of all time are "just so you know." You can write that down. Just so you know. So whenever anyone says, "Oh yes, but I've got to leave, I've got to leave," you say, "Oh, that's okay. Well, but just so you know, this special's only on till the end of the day. It runs out tomorrow. I'm running out of stock. I've only got a couple of those left. They're going fast." Give them a reason to not want to leave the store, and at the very least, to want to come back quickly. All right, just so you know. I used to use that early in the sale. And if someone come into the store and go, "How are you today? Anything you're looking for in particular?" And they'll go, "No, just looking." "Oh, that's fine. But just so you know, we've got the limited special on over here, and these. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for this." "Oh, okay, good. Let's talk about what you're actually here for." Love those words. All right, let's get on to the good stuff, the really hard stuff. Selling the add-ons. This is probably the most hard thing for salespeople to do. One reason why you want to do this is because, you know, if you just sell the item on its own and you keep selling that item on its own, then you'll only ever get enough money to pay the bills and buy another one of those items. That's about all the amount of profit you got sitting in that item. Just keep the doors open. You sell an item and something else as well, that's something else bit of profit. Well, pay for itself, but also give you a little bit more above and beyond, keeping the doors open, so you can buy other stuff. You sell lots of add-ons, then you can probably start to make some decent profit for yourself, possibly even pay your staff commission. So add-ons are super important to a business. But it's very important that the staff get their mind around the concept that you're not doing it just because you want to sell stuff. Right? You never offer anything that won't benefit the customer in front of you. All right, you're out there to win their relationship, not out there to lose them for life. So you need to show you care by offering add-ons. What I mean by that is I had a young lad that I used to be the manager for. And he was really good at selling, but he was terrible at selling add-ons. And I was doing add-on sales training with him, and he said, "Look, I've got to be honest with you," because I said, "Well, why aren't you selling add-ons? You're selling really well. You seem to build relationships really well with people, but you're not selling add-ons." He said, "Because I feel like I'm being pushed, to be honest. I feel like I'm being pushed." He said, "Is that all?" I said, "No. Actually, some of the stuff I'm offering them, I wouldn't buy myself." And I said, "Wait a second. So you're telling me that you're thinking on behalf of the person in front of you?" He says, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, we're all individuals, aren't we? Okay. Do you think for 1 minute that I think the same as you? No. So the moment you decide on my behalf that I'm not going to want this is the moment you're making my decisions for me. You've already built a rapport with these people. You've already discussed their needs with these people. So you should have insights on things you can offer them that meet their needs. Right? It's their needs, not yours. So when you're offering these things, give them an opportunity to say no by telling them about it. If you don't at least do that, then you've already guaranteed the no. And he says, "Well, when do I stop offering it to them?" So the very first time they say no, because then you know you've gone over the line. And he said, "All right." And without a word of a lie, the very next sale, he come running up to me, and it was a $1,200 computer sale. In those days, it was a lot of money, because we were talking a fair while back. $400 of it was add-ons. I said, "How did you do that? I couldn't have done that. What on earth? There's stuff on there I would never have thought of." And he said, "Well, they wouldn't say no. I ran out of things to offer them." I'm like, "You've just proven my point for me. I'm now going to use that from now on." Because the truth is, you've built a rapport and you're only offering stuff they're going to need anyway. Have you ever had this situation where Christmas Day, you have a whole deal. Kid gets his toy on Christmas Day, opens it up and no batteries. Kid's screaming and ranting, wants his toy working on Christmas Day, so Dad's now going to go down to a local servo, make double the price of batteries just to look after his kid, or he's going to have screaming all day. Do you think he's happy about the shop that didn't tell him it didn't come with batteries? No, he's not happy about that shop. Go back to the mobile phone scenario. I used to love the idea that my people were selling mobile phones, and then the customers would get home and open up the box and realise it doesn't come with a case, doesn't come with a car charger. What do you think those people do then? Do they come back to the shop to buy those things? They go somewhere else. And they also badmouth you while they're at it. They never go there. I thought it would come with everything. They never told me it didn't come with the basics. I got to the stage where I literally grabbed accessories and I'd tape it to the box. Now take it off when you sell it. Here, go. And they'll be taking these things off. And the customer going, what are those things? Oh, there are other things you can buy if you want. Oh, I'll have that. And I'm like, at Clyde Peters, I had a list of all the accessories you could possibly want. Extended warranty, surge guards, power boards, you name it, in the computer department. And we'd sit them down at the desk doing the deal and say, oh, just while you're waiting, have a look at this and see if there's anything else you might want. And they'd tick off what they wanted. And they go and buy something. Okay. If you don't offer the add-on, you are doing a disservice to your customers. Have you ever had rotten service in a store? When you go out from that store, you tell everyone how bad that store is because it was rotten service. Whatever you do, don't ever go there. You've written off the entire company because of one customer salesperson who didn't treat you right. You have okay service, you'll go out, you go, oh, that was all right. And you might come back if there's a sale on something, but it's just all right. If you have wow service, then you talk about it. Again, start telling everyone, whatever you do, go there. And the wow service comes in when you add the offer of an add-on. It's straight because you've looked after all their needs, not just some of the needs. Oh, you got an event on? It's Christmas? Yeah, it's a Christmas present? Well, how about some Christmas wrapping? What about a card while you're at it? What about going on our loyalty program, by the way? I told you about that earlier. It's actually going. That is an add-on too, your loyalty program. Everything in that store, it's not just always complimentary items. Complimentary items obviously being like earrings, matching necklace. Got an event on? It's for a wedding. What have you got everyone wearing the same necklace and earring set? You've got them all the same dresses. How about the same jewellery? How about the same pair of shoes? If you're going to a wedding, let's get them all looking the same. Alright, make sure your staff are trained. Bundling with the main, like I said a minute ago. In fact, one thing I had at a store up in Maloney it was. They had an electrical store and they had all these old obsolete products they were trying to get rid of. There's an old TV, there's an old stereo, there's an old cabinet. There's even a thing there as a box that was connected to the internet. It didn't store anything, it was just connected. It's had it there for years. They didn't know what to do with this thing. They can't get rid of this thing. They had like 3 or 4 of them. And I said, bundle it. She said, what do you mean? I said, well, you've got that TV with the guts slashed out of it. You got this with that slashed out of it. You got that slashed out of it. And you still can't sell it. Right, well now the perceived value is that it's rubbish. That it's obsolete. That it's junk. So I bundled it all together and put it on display. And I did it for $2,500. I said, there you go. And I said, hang on, that's more than what I would be selling them for all and broken down individually. I said, yeah, because now it looks like it's good value. Before it looked like trash. He sold a lot within a month. Manager's special, not clearance. As soon as you go clearance, it's obsolete. Manager's specials, just on special. Alright. Thank you for your time. That's all we have time for today. I'd love to give you a full sales training thing, but that's all we've got time for. Some of the things that we provide, we offer mentoring to owners and managers, merchandising, training, stock control, sales training from basic to advanced, marketing, SEO, which is search engine optimization, social media, store assessments. We come and check your store layout, etc., and the market research beforehand. Mystery shopping's involved in that as well. Performance management of your staff, including personality profiling. Is everyone doing the right job that their actually personality is suited for? So if anything interests you, have a look at the things in front of you, make any ticks on it. Anyone who hands me back one of those things goes into a draw to win a consultation with me for 1 hour on the phone or by Skype. Thank you very much.